1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. I never meant to cause you any sorrow. I never meant to cause you any pain. I only wanted one time to see you laughing. I only want to see you laughing in the purple rain. Purple rain, purple rain. Purple rain, purple rain. Purple rain, purple rain. I only want to see you bathing in the purple rain. I never wanted to be your weekend lover. I only wanted to be some kind of friend. Maybe I could never steal you from another. It's such a shame our friendship had you in purple rain, purple rain. Purple rain, purple rain. Purple rain, purple rain. I only want to see you underneath the purple rain. And honey, I know times are changing. It's time we all reach out for something new, and that means you too. You say you want a leader, but you can't seem to make up your mind. I think you better go. Let me guide you onto the purple rain. Purple rain, purple rain. Purple rain, purple rain. Purple rain, purple rain. I only want to see you bathing in the purple rain. Hey everyone, and welcome back to Swift Guitar Lessons. Today I'm going to break from my usual Monday schedule and bring you a rhythm guitar lesson on Prince's 1984 classic, Purple Rain. It goes without saying that the sudden passing of Prince is a massive loss to the music community, and more specifically to the guitar community around the world. And so it's appropriate for us to celebrate his music and celebrate his contribution to pop music by playing one of his most iconic tunes. So I'm going to make a chord sheet up. I'm going to post that at patreon.com/swiftlessons. It's absolutely free to the public for you to download. We're going to go through the verse and the chorus sections, and I'll share with you some of the rhythm technique going on as well. Now, let's get started with your lesson. Okay, a close look at the fretboard and also my strum in hand. The first thing I want to mention before I even get started teaching is that this tune is originally recorded in the key of B flat, but I'm going to be showing it to you in the key of A. None of the techniques are going to be different. The only thing that you'll need to do if you want to jam along with Prince is put a capo here on the first fret. If you're going to jam along with Prince and the Revolution. But I'll be showing it to you without the capo, which is a little bit better for my vocal range. Now, let's get started learning the main chord progression that we're going to be using throughout the song. It's going to be for your intro and also your verse. It begins with an A sus 2. Okay, this is just an A major chord with the pinky lifted off. So we have the 2nd fret D string, 2nd fret G string, middle finger and ring finger, just like that. Next, we're going to be using a variation of our F sharp minor chord. which is a bar, but we're actually not going to be barring for this one. We're going to simplify a little bit, but open it wide open with these open strings here. Okay, so this is a chord that some people would call F sharp minor 11 chord. Okay, if you have the low E string in there, it's F sharp minor 11/E. It's a very common version of this chord, but we're just going to be strumming from the A string down. So that is my ring finger, 4th fret A, pinky, 4th fret D, my first finger, 2nd fret G string, open B, open E string. Alright, we'll also have an E major chord. Alright, this is very common shape, middle finger, 2nd fret A, 3rd finger, 2nd fret D, and my pointer finger, 1st fret G string. All the other strings are nice and open. And you can add your pinky to the 3rd fret B string to turn that into an E7, which we'll be needing later. And then finally, the last chord that we'll be using for your intro and verse progression will be a D major chord. Alright, so that is a little peace sign shape right here, I like to call that. My pointer finger on the 2nd fret G string, my middle finger, 2nd fret high E, and my 3rd finger in between is going on the 3rd fret B string, the common D major chord. So we have the A sus 2. We have the F sharp minor 11 chord. We have the E major. And we have the D chord. So this is what we call a 1, 6, 5, 4 progression, which refers to the notes in the A major scale. And that's basically just how musicians would discuss the chord progression. All right, we're doing a 1, 6, 5, 4 progression. Okay, I'm gonna demonstrate how the intro is gonna sound, then I'll break it down for you. It sounds like this. Okay, so that began with an A sus 2 chord, with half of the main strumming pattern that you'll be using throughout the whole song. That's really what you want to get down first. So that sounds like this. Now there might be variations to that, but this is something that you can definitely use throughout the tune, and it's down, 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 up, down, down, up, down, up. So we're going to be using half of that pattern on this A sus 2 chord, and then also a little lick. It's going to sound like this. And then that'll get us into the F sharp minor 11 chord. So there we played down, 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 up, down, and then we played 2, 2, 2, 1, G string, 2nd fret 3 times, and then the 1st fret G string. Then transition to the F sharp minor 11, where we'll play. Alright, so that was the F sharp minor 11 chord, and we played down, 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 up, down, down, up, 2, 1 in a slide. Just like that. So sliding from 2nd fret G to the 1st fret G string. That'll get me right into the E major to D major transition where I'll play. Okay, so there we're trying to emulate some of the percussive element that is being used there on the original track. So we have the E major chord, and I would suggest you strum down, 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 up, down, down. So just a variation to the strumming pattern. One more time, down, 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 up, down, down. Slap the strings, hit the D string with the D major chord fretted, and then continue on with your strumming pattern. So just looking at the D major chord, you have the D string, pluck, down, down, up, down, down, up, down, up. You put all that together, we have. you're gonna come in singing with the first verse. Okay, so with your intro complete, you're ready to move into the verse. That chord progression and that strumming pattern can be used for all the verses throughout the song, but Prince does change up the amount of beats that he uses on his E major chords at the end going into the chorus. So I'm going to take you through each of the verses and all the choruses so that way you know how to handle those parts. So getting started with the A sus 2, you're just going to strum that with your standard strumming pattern on I Never Meant to Cause You Any Sorrow. Then we'll have the F sharp minor 11 chord. I got my thumb blocking that low E string, by the way. Then the E major chord will come in. Never meant to cause you any pain. Right there on pain, the D major chord comes in. Alright, if you're a beginner, just throw down that D major chord and keep it solid. If you have a little bit more experience, try throwing in some extra embellishments like the pinky coming down or the middle finger coming off. Those are called sus chords. A sus 4 or middle finger off with the open E string, a sus 2. So that could be like pinky on, pinky off, middle finger off, middle finger on, in a down, up, strumming pattern. The A sus 2 will come back. Only wanted one time to see you laughing. And then right to the E major or E7 for extra flavor. Put the pinky on the B string, 3rd fret. I only want to see you laughing in the purple rain. Alright, so that's exactly how that E major to A sus 2 change is going to sound. You might want to change up your strumming pattern there for the E major chord just a little bit to make it kind of chug a little bit. Hitting it up with a down, down, up, down, down, up, down, down, up, down, just to give it a little bit more momentum. Alright, then the chorus will come in right as you said, purple rain. You're going to hit that A sus 2 chord and then cover up the strings. That way it's staccato, short and detached. I only want to see you laughing in the purple. Stop. Just like that. Strum and cover up the strings. Remove the pressure from the left hand. Okay, so if you have that first verse down, you're ready to move into the chorus. Coming out of the verse, it'll be I only want to see you laughing in the purple rain. We hit that short A sus 2 chord, and then we go right into a D major chord shape. In the purple rain, purple rain, purple rain. Just like that. So on that D major chord, you're gonna double that strumming pattern. Alright, then you're going to go into the A sus 2. Purple rain, right on rain. One strumming pattern there, then F sharp minor 11 for one strumming pattern as well. Purple rain, purple. On this first chorus, we're going to go rain. One round of the strumming pattern, then hit up your E7 chord for I only want to see you bathing in the purple rain. Same exact technique, shortening up that A sus 2 chord. So the first chorus, the E chord is short. Okay, moving into the second verse. This is going to be identical all the way up to the E7 chord. It's there, he's going to be coming out of the F sharp minor 11 chord. I can never steal you from another. He's going to change up the number of beats for the E chord. He's just going to go E major chord, down, down. So 2 beats, 2 slow beats on that E major chord before he gets into it's such a shame our friendship had to end, and gets back into the chorus. So what I would suggest you strum there would be down, down, E7 chord is at it, down, down, up, down, down, up, down, down, up, down, down, up. Gallop in on that E7 chord until you can get to friendship had to end, right there on the A sus 2 chord. Okay, now moving into chorus number 2. So far everything's pretty easy. You just gotta listen to the track practice jamming along, so that way you know how these different choruses, the ends of those choruses behave. So this one's going to be the same. We had the D major chord, purple rain, purple rain. Double in the strumming pattern, rain, purple rain. One on A sus, one on F sharp minor 11, purple rain. So there, that E major chord was held out for 8 beats total, right? So 2 rounds of the strumming pattern, then the pinky comes in and you start galloping. I only want to see you underneath the purple rain. And then that quick stop on A sus 2. For chorus number 2, then getting you into verse number 3. Okay, moving into verse number 3. This is probably the strangest one in that the way he phrases his vocals is very, very spontaneous. You're gonna have to listen to the track a lot in order to get this down. So he starts off with that whole, and honey, I know times are changing. All the way through until the E major chord, it's the same. And in fact, the rhythm is the same all the way through. It's really just the way he phrases the vocals. So getting started on the second half, we're just moving ahead a little bit for the sake of time. You'd say A sus 2. You say you want a leader, but you can't seem to make up your mind. I think you better close it. It took me some getting used to. That E major chord comes right in on close it. Couple of strums and let me guide you. And then right when you say to the purple rain, you have to put in your E7 chord to build the tension. And to the purple rain. So there it's just gonna be a very short gallop. Listen to that over and over again in the recorded version, the studio version, and you'll start to get that down. You just gotta practice playing along with the track. Okay, congrats everyone. You have your intro, you have your verse, and you have your chorus down, and you're starting to perfect that strumming pattern. It's fantastic. Now we're on to the last chorus. And at this point in the track, Prince is just going off the rails. He's throwing in all these extra vocal embellishments, and we're not going to be able to duplicate exactly what he had going on. So what I suggest you do is repeat just a standard verse, but throw in some extra embellishments of your own. Push your voice and be creative. And also, think about throwing some extra embellishments in on the rhythm guitar part. So we have purple rain, purple rain. Purple rain, purple rain. You can try some cross picking. Picking through the strings, random. Purple rain, purple rain. We're gonna hold out the E major chord. So maybe throw in a triplet strum. I only want to see you bathing in the purple rain. And there I like to hold out, let it ring, that A sus 2 chord so melodic to close out the tune. Okay, one last stop for some of the more advanced players watching out there. There is some riffing going on at the end of the tune over the D major chord. So if you're playing through your verse, you might consider throwing in some of the licks from earlier. Maybe some cross picking. But then when you get to that D chord, you can throw in. To get back to the A sus 2 chord. So that was the 5th fret, 4th fret, and 2nd fret, and open string of the A string. And I'm joining that with the open D string. I'll hit each of those notes twice. 5, 5, 4, 4, 2, 2, 0, 0. Then play those same notes again, fast. To get back to the A sus 2 chord. So we have the D chord, getting you back into the verse strumming pattern. Try that again. Just like that. Alright everyone, thanks so much for checking out this lesson on Prince's Purple Rain. I hope you're enjoying playing it and celebrating the music that he made. I got many more videos coming up, so keep checking back. Please subscribe, please share. This is Rob at Swift Guitar Lessons in Philadelphia saying, happy picking.